Sometimes NASCAR gives us incredible racing, and sometimes it reminds us just how intense this sport really is. But here's the catch. What happened after this weekend's race wasn't just a little frustration or a minor disagreement between drivers. This was something bigger, something that had been brewing for a long time. Tension, frustration, and maybe even unfinished business from the past, all coming to the surface. And the craziest part? This wasn't just two random drivers clashing. No, this was between two guys who used to race for the same team. Drivers who once spoke highly of each other, fought for the same organization. But now, something had clearly changed. What started as a battle on track didn't stay there. After the checkered flag, tempers exploded, words were exchanged, and the entire NASCAR garage can't stop talking about what went down. And this is where things get interesting. When you hear what actually happened and what was said, you start to understand why this might not be over yet. So if you're a real NASCAR fan and love staying on top of every twist and turn in the garage, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment below. If you live and breathe NASCAR, you're in the right place. Now, let's dive into the full story from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. While Denny Hamlin dominated the race, leading 134 of 267 laps and taking the win, the real drama was happening further back in the field. Two former Trackhouse Racing teammates, Daniel Suarez and Ross Chastain, found themselves battling hard late in the race. But this time, the tension didn't stay on the racetrack. If you've been following this season, you probably noticed Suarez, now driving the number 7 car for Spire Motorsports, seems to race Trackhouse cars with a little extra intensity. And on Sunday in Las Vegas, that tension finally boiled over. Late in the race, both drivers were scrapping for 17th place. It wasn't a fight for the win, it wasn't about playoffs, but in NASCAR, every spot counts. Neither was willing to give an inch. Chastain pulled alongside Suarez on the outside and passed the number 7 car. But during the move, something happened that clearly didn't sit well with Suarez. Reports say Chastain gestured toward Suarez from the window, finger pointed. Chastain crossed the finish line in 17th. Suarez right behind in 18th. But the real fireworks? That all happened after the checkered flag. During the cool-down lap, Suarez pulled alongside Chastain, and instead of letting the moment cool down, things escalated fast. Chastain drove into Suarez's car, and the two went side by side toward pit road, exchanging words through their windows. As they neared the pit area, Suarez edged ahead, and then it happened. Both cars stopped, both drivers climbed out, and confronted each other beside the number 1 car. At first, it was just shouting, then shoving. For a moment, it looked like it could turn into a full-on fight before crew members stepped in to separate them. The confrontation went on for a few tense seconds before Chastain eventually walked away. After the race, Suarez spoke to the media, and what he said revealed just how he really feels about what went down. Suarez explained that the confrontation actually started with contact earlier on the track. In corner 2, the two cars got together, and Chastain was clearly upset about it. Suarez tried to talk things through, but Chastain reacted emotionally. And then Suarez said something that immediately caught the attention of NASCAR fans. His relationship with Chastain has always been very strange. He explained that, at times, the relationship even felt a little too much coming from Chastain. That's a bold statement. And Suarez made it clear this wasn't just about what happened in Las Vegas. In his mind, the tension between them had been building for a long time. What happened after the race only confirmed what he had suspected all along. At the same time, Suarez wanted to make one thing clear. He doesn't hold deep grudges. He doesn't carry hard feelings toward anyone. He's focused on racing, on enjoying his career, but you could still hear the disappointment in his voice. He admitted it was sad that Chastain saw their relationship that way. And if you look back, this rivalry didn't start in Las Vegas. There have been several tense moments over the past few seasons. One of the most notable happened last July at Sonoma Raceway during the Toyota Safe Mart 350. On lap 45, Chastain drove deep into the final hairpin and made contact with Suarez, spinning him from 14th all the way back to 29th. Suarez was furious over the team radio, and later, Chastain said he misjudged the corner entry. Another moment came at the 2023 race at Circuit of the Americas. On a late restart, Chastain made contact with Alex Bowman, sending Bowman sliding directly into Suarez. At that moment, Suarez had been running inside the top 5, but that incident destroyed his race. Instead of a strong finish, he ended up 27th. After that, Suarez was so frustrated he asked his team on the radio where Bowman and Chastain were, even speeding past cars on the way back to pit road trying to find them. When you connect all of these moments, what happened in Las Vegas starts to make a lot more sense. Here's the kicker. Not long ago, these two drivers spoke very positively about each other. Chastain once said Suarez had a mindset outside the car most similar to his own, and Suarez had praised Chastain's driving ability multiple times. But clearly, that relationship has changed. They used to be teammates, now they look more like rivals. And after Las Vegas, the tension has reached a completely new level. Moments like this remind everyone that NASCAR isn't just about speed or lap times. It's about personalities, pressure, pride, and emotion. When drivers have shared a garage, worked together as teammates, and competed under the same organization, conflicts can get very personal. For Suarez, this moment felt like confirmation of something he had suspected for a long time. For Chastain, it adds another chapter to a career already full of aggressive racing and rivalries. Now, the big question for fans is simple. Was this just an emotional moment after a tough race, or the start of a real rivalry that could run all season long? If these two drivers find themselves racing close again in the coming weeks, you can bet everyone in the garage and fans everywhere will be watching closely. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you think Daniel Suarez is right about Ross Chastain, or was this just a heated moment that got out of control after a tough Las Vegas race? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I love hearing what real NASCAR fans think about moments like this. This is our new channel, Fast Lane News. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and support us.